Just interrupting that report because, of course, we are following developments in Washington, D.C. And as you can see, Donald Trump, they're greeting Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who is the first foreign leader to arrive at the White House since Donald Trump became president. Let's see if we can have a little listen in or hear anything that they're saying.
All right.
So just a quick wave to the press there, and the two men have entered the White House, and no doubt we will see, Dom, a press conference at some point and images of the two men. We'll learn more. And of course, Donald Trump sort of has these impromptu press conferences in these situations as well. So we will no doubt see all of that. But Benjamin Netanyahu arriving as the first foreign leader, which is quite symbolic. I mean, the Israelis will sell this as, you know, this shows how important we are to Donald Trump, how important this alliance, this friendship is. And they're hoping that, you know, this will send a clear signal, not just to the region, but to the world.
Yeah, and Donald Trump knows exactly that. And he knows that the benefit, the political kudos you get from these pictures of Netanyahu being the first invitee to the White House. And Netanyahu's USP, his unique selling point to the Israelis, has for decades now of his political career been that he is the Israeli leader who can pick up the phone and get a meeting at the White House the next day or at Downing Street. No other Israeli leader has that kind of pulling power. And, you know, we think of Israel as a very important country, of course, but if you're Israeli, you're in a small country, there aren't that many of you, you're in a region, you're surrounded by countries, many of which resent your very existence. So a leader who is able to punch above his weight diplomatically and geopolitically, that means a lot. And obviously, with elections coming up, that is important to Netanyahu, and Trump knows that. And he's giving Netanyahu something in that respect, and he is going to want something back. And he's going to want to see progress towards a deal with the Gazans, progress towards normalisation, as we were saying, with the Gulf Arabs, with the Saudis, and also, ultimately, progress towards some kind of deal, potentially, with the Iranians. And we heard some of the thoughts of the new president's mind on Iran in that impromptu kind of press conference he gave. You know, he's a president who kind of upstages his own press conferences. We're going to have a press conference with Netanyahu after this meeting. As you're saying, we may hear from them as they go into the meeting. As they come out, the protocol is ripped up with Trump. So anything's possible. But certainly, before this meeting, we've heard pretty clearly from Donald Trump that he would like to throw the book at the Iranians if there's any chance of them trying to assassinate him again, because obviously American investigators believe that the Iranians did try and kill him before his election. They will be obliterated, he said, so he made that very clear. But also, he is going to return to his maximum policy towards the Iranians of using particularly sanctions on oil sales to put pressure on them to bring about another nuclear deal and to restrain them from meddling across the Middle East. But while sort of, being very aggressive in that sense, he's also leaving open the possibility of a deal. He says, hopefully we won't have to use any of this. We'll see if we can get a deal. So it's a sort of double-edged thing. You know, it's a big stick he's carrying, but also a bit of an olive branch there that will get minds, exercise minds in Tehran. They'll watch this very closely as anyone else will, this meeting, I think, of what comes out of it.